Hello friends, founder of PPC.University and owner of a digital marketing agency called My Internet Marketing. In today's live stream, I wanted to answer a question that one of my colleagues has put to me the other day. His name is Jay, and Jay asked me, hey Steph, what do you think about digital marketing in 2022 and beyond? And the way he asked the question was as if he was not quite certain if digital marketing had a future. So that was somewhat startling to me. So I said to myself, how can I best answer that question? And I think the best way to answer that question is to actually provide Jay with a short history lesson in marketing so that he understands where this actually come from and where it will go. So let's jump right in. Here is my entry screen. Digital marketing in 2022. Is it just a fad or is it here to stay? So let's maybe start at the very beginning. Let's begin at the beginning, which was 2.6 million years ago. And I can show you, if I find my mouse, where it all started. And here we go. We are with the Stone Age. We were at the Stone Age 2.6 million ago, and the first supermarket just opened its doors. And obviously, you have guessed it, it was the Flintstones. And what you see here is the first image that has ever been taken of a marketing campaign. Flintstones selling specials of Brontosaurus steaks and Dino X. Okay. Jokes aside, I'm showing you this screen for a very specific reason. It's actually to tell you that marketing, while the term marketing may be, let's say, recent, 19th century, marketing dates back way, way beyond, before the 19th, 18th century, really. And the first time really that marketing was used as a form of presenting and advertising products and services was in bazaars in the Arab world. What you see here is a bazaar. So it's an in-house market, a big in-house market where all the producers came together to present their goods for purchase. And what you see here, and I put this on purpose, this picture, because what you see here, you see those three arrows, they're pointing to three different signs. And what you see here is the first form of branding. And I'm not showing you this because it's fun or because I'm cracking a joke. The Flintstones was a joke, obviously, but this is not a joke. This is part of the marketing lessons that I received when I was in uni and learned my skills, my trade in marketing. At that time, when I started, digital marketing was not far away, but it was not there yet. So really what you see here, a wheel, a crown, and some balls bound together indicated to buyers what type of product you could find at this stand with this vendor. And through time, these became the brands. Like today, you see here our PPC.University brand, bottom right. This is where things started in terms of branding. Not long after this, 19th century, we are here, 1936, and I will brush very quickly to this very infamous period. You'll see here the Berlin Olympics with the very most infamous Mr. Joseph Goebbels and the gentleman in the center. Nobody needs to name his name. I'm gonna brush over it quickly, but nonetheless, Berlin 36 was really where propaganda, the terminology of propaganda, was termed and used to its full extent by the mastermind Joseph Goebbels, who created the first time in history something that would later become public relations. So Let's move forward. 1936, we're jumping in time to 1955. 1955 is the big period, the afterwar period, where this is the period of the now called baby boomers. And what you see here is one of the first washing powder advertisings that was designed at that period, and for the first time, or among the first time, where you saw actually brands and products being advertised with what we call today brand positioning. And Omo at this time here was positioned as a product that adds brightness to whiteness. So it was obviously whiter than white, because this is brightness that is being added to whiteness. And this is called positioning, because this idea of Omo washing whiter than white is what Omo, or the Henkel, the company, wanted to stick in the heads of their potential customers, so that whenever you went through the aisles in the supermarket, you would remember that Omo adds brightness to whiteness. And one of the most famous persons in that area, you will probably have come across if you've learned the skill of marketing at school, is this gentleman here, Mr., or let's rather say Sir David Ogilvy, who built the agency company David Ogilvy and Mathers in the 70s. Well, actually, it was built earlier than that, but this is the gentleman. And he was one of the foremost thinkers when it comes to advertising at that time. And one of his most famous ads was the ad for the soap called Dove, which he positioned. You know now what positioning is, something we install in the mind of a potential customer. He positioned Dove as a not soap, but as a product that creams while you wash. So you see the distinction between soap and cleanliness. Well, this obviously cleans, but it does much more than that. It provides you with cream and the softness with your hands, because that was identified as a problematic aspect of soap by the modern lady at home. So next up, let's make a big jump 23 years ahead, and you will see that this jump is really major. We jump to the first banner ad ever created in world's history. AT&T, the first PPC banner ad in 1993, which read, "Have you ever clicked your mouse right here? You will." And you bet people did exactly what they wanted them to do, because look at the numbers that I've written underneath this first ever PPC banner. It had a CTR, a click-through rate of 78%. It's a mouse-watering number for those of you who are in the trenches when it comes to digital marketing, because today's effectiveness of banner ads, which are not very targeted and just popping up more or less random on websites, it depends how you target, obviously, but today's average is 0.05%. So you see the difference this made at this time, because it was so new that everybody wanted to click on this ad. Okay, let's jump just a few years forward. We go to the year 1997. In 1997, we see the birth of the first social media platform, or the first social media website. It was called 6 Degrees. And 6 Degrees social engine was touted as the most exclusive invite-only social network where you will meet amazing people based on your interests. Does that ring a bell? Yes, you guessed it. Not long time after this, we saw Facebook coming up and Twitter and all the rest. But this really was the first social media website that was born out of the internet, created by Tim Berners-Lee in the 90s, with his first email being sent out. And the year was 1997. Tim Berners-Lee, I think, was 1992. I'm no longer so certain. I can look it up. So, by the way, if you have questions and you see this in one of our channels on YouTube or on Twitter or on our website or on Instagram, because we stream this live on all channels at the same time. Please don't hesitate to let us know about your answer, and we will make it our duty to get back to you. And also, obviously, please subscribe on our channels. Let's move on to our next episode in the quick history, in my quick history lesson in marketing. And the year we jump to is 2003. 2003, ladies and gentlemen, Google saw the first light of its life, and Google came out with PPC search ads such as this one. So basically everything we know today, you see it already here. Somebody types a keyword into the search box. In this case, it's ISP for Internet Service Provider. And what pops up is a sponsored link for an Internet Service Provider. You see the first form of Google's for Google's logo here, which has has changed quite significantly. And again, the year was 2003. Next step, just 1 year after this, we come face to face with Facebook. Yes, 2004, Facebook sees the light of the day for the first time in its short life, in its long life now, 2004. Ooh, this is already like 16, 17 years almost. My goodness. And 2 years later, Twitter. And how funny, look at this logo. When I see it, I smile each time, because 2006, the little birdie, 2007 was quite a jump, progressive. I find that in 2009, they came back to something a little bit more trivial with this little birdie. 2010, they came back to something a little bit more stylized. And 2012, since 2012, you see the final logo of Facebook. And 2006, 2004, 2006, but once social media was out and about, really, it came to literally an explosion of digital marketing platforms, tools, strategies, tactics, and methods. You'll see a few of them here on this screen. We have obviously PPC advertising, which was born out of Google's search engine. We have lead generation. We have e-commerce saw its day, marketing funnels, which were born out of the necessity to guide prospective customers in a logic manner from interest to a purchase. We have social media here. We have search engine optimization, content marketing. And I added again this very first picture down here. You remember in the Arab Bazaar in the 18th century? Well, this is really how things started, with these little branding signs. And look how far we have come in only, how much is this? 200 years? Wait a minute. 1870, yeah, oh my God. 200 years is nothing. It's like a drop on the water, or a drop on the hot stone of history. It's like a blip in the universe in 200 years, how far we've come along. So this is 2050, when really everything exploded, literally. And without wanting to make this history lesson too long and tedious, the next outlook, what could it be? The final chapter. Is it something like Mr. Elon Musk dreaming about sending a few of us to Mars and colonize this next planet? Well, between me and you, I don't think that that's such a good idea, because we would bring, as far as I'm concerned, our flaws, our insufficiencies, our disregard, I would rather say, for the natural world back to another planet, and we would probably do exactly the same, create a disaster as we are building it now. I think, personally speaking, a much better proposition would be to take care of what we have right now, this beautiful planet. And why not using digital marketing to build businesses with a purpose? And one of those purposes certainly being to take care of this beautiful planet, instead of exploiting it to its beyond its sustainability. So that's probably my wish, my desire, my That's really what I would like to see for ourselves, for our species, that we take care of this planet. And I am goddamn serious by saying that I think whatever we do in terms of business, including digital marketing, can be transformed in such a way to become a force of good. It's not the tools we're using that are inherently bad. It's us humans and the way we use them that make them so. So I believe there's a way to use everything we do in a different way. And I think especially the younger generation, those of you watching this, don't push things away that have done bad things in the past. Doing business is not the problem. The men and women behind doing bad business are the problem. So I'd like to leave it at that. I have made it my purpose with PPC.University to help people build businesses with a purpose, and allowing myself at my level to contribute to preserving this incredible beauty, which is our beautiful planet. I leave it at that, and I thank you very much for your time, and I see you again next week for another live stream. Until then, have a nice evening, a nice day, a nice morning, wherever you are and watching this.